I should start Syrinscape.
All right.
Ooh.
Yes, everybody should start Syrinscape because we love Syrinscape around here. Guess what? We're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword. We do love Syrinscape. That's why we use it. But anyway, I'm Stephen Partridge. Welcome to our Dark Fantasy game. Full disclosure, it is Dark Fantasy. There are horror elements that may not be some people's jam, so just be aware of that.
I'm so nervous because you've never felt the need to do a content warning before.
Well,
he's drinking a skull of blood.
After the
That's
last
true.
time, yes, I do have a Gothic Sensibilities mug, which is just a skull-shaped glass mug full of, we'll call it red Kool-Aid. You can decide what it is.
As he proceeds to drink the Kool-Aid. Great.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
Also, just throwing it out there, happy Trans Visibility Day for all of our trans people, because, hey, I love my transgender husband, and we should all love everybody, so love goes out.
Yay!
Yep, and if you have a problem with that, get out of here, because we don't want you here. So, with that out of the way, now that we have made enmity with those who deserve it, we can roll our dice and determine who's going to introduce themselves and their character and give us their little bit of a recap. Okay, that's Marissa. So, Marissa, you're up.
Well, so as we started, the Motley Few were in that cave where they had recently defeated the very squishy gross monster from the last round, and Wisp was recently mostly dead, but also no longer mostly dead. And that is when they decided that they were going to go save some folks, see if they could find anybody to save, and that's when they found the bone jails. So then I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Wisp.
So yes, we found a decent amount of the people who had been kidnapped, and we're pretty sure we had to destroy the ones who we didn't find in the bone jail because they had congealed into this amalgamation of flesh and gore and so we had to kill that, and then work on getting everybody out of the cave, which went surprisingly well. After, we had to deal with the friggin' abominations, but after that, things went pretty smoothly. We headed back to town, and I'll hand it off to Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin, they, them. So I'll be playing Masquerade, who is bodyguard and jester, and I remember that some of the people in the bone cage had broken legs, and we were, healing them and got them back to town, and then we found out from the queen that her power is, tied up in the throne that is still in the castle, and the people from the church won't let anybody in to go get it. So we're planning on sneaking in to go get it. SENITA.
I'm SENITA. I play a new. This is a lovely voice to have for her, by the way. As aside from also figuring out where we were going to go next, and we had some lovely, heartfelt conversations between all of us, Motley Few crew. I myself learned of a little dealie that I have to deal with that can also get my crew into a situation. So there's two situations coming. One that was created by myself. Yay.
Yep. So, with that out of the way, we are opening up in the Pumpkin Carriage, which is the inn that you guys have set up in. And the Pumpkin Carriage is a quaint place. It's more upscale than the price tag would indicate, which is really nice. It is run by Jacquard, the portly fellow whose daughter is perpetually drunk. And as you guys find yourselves coming into the morning, what are you doing?
So, not to interrupt, does that mean we get a long rest?
You get a long rest.
Yay!
Yay!
Because everybody needs a mental health day. So speaking of, real quick, we'll start with Wisp. What did you spend your day off doing?
Wisp has been oddly contemplative.
Okay.
Over the last day. They've been spending more time alone than is standard for them, but not like in a avoiding people way, just in a trying to sort out their own brain sort of way. So they took a walk, they hung out in the stables for a bit, they've been in their room, and when in their room have been sort of handling and just spending time with the phoenix egg that they are currently in possession of. That's not something that they're exposing to the public at large, but when in truly proper private spaces, that's something that they're spending a lot of time doing. And Wisp seems withdrawn. I'm sorry. Wisp seems distant without being withdrawn.
Okay. All right. Who do you want to pass it to find out who's doing their thing next?
Hey, Nim, what you up to?
So Nim is just kind of hanging around the pumpkin carriage with the kids, you know, checking in with Giselle, making sure Giselle is feeling okay and, you know, not overwhelmed with caring for her abdicated buddies. So just, you know, like organizing activities, trying to find some toys where there's probably not a lot, or, you know, finding ways for them to burn off some energy, maybe like with some red light, green light, although maybe it would be more of a mother may I situation, given that there's no red light, green lights in this universe. So now that I think of it.
Yeah. Who do you want to hand it to?
Let's see. I want to know what Mask is up to.
Okay.
Mask is in the city, like going, and not quite right up to where the castle is, but around that area, like sort of scoping it out and casing the joint.
Okay. Make an investigation roll for me, if you would.
Cool. I forgot to open my character sheet. That's why this is taking me so long. I am sorry.
You're good. You're good. You do notice immediately that the guards, that it is guarded very well. In fact, there are not only guards stationed at any point, there is a gaping hole in the wall, as well as the main front gate, but also there are guards patrolling the area as well. It's almost to the extent that it's like, this is how many guards they would have around the palace at night. Which, even in broad daylight, is, like, a lot.
Which tracks to a certain extent, even if I know that they're kind of being shady, because, you know, you wouldn't want anyone to get hurt. It's pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In fact, they have a perimeter set up so that you're going to have to try to sneak past a little bit if you want to get more than within 2 city blocks of the palace.
Cool.
They really don't want people around here.
No, I'm sure they don't. I might actually have to pretend to be a guard because I'm not sneaky.
Okay.
Okay, come on, D&D Beyond. Like, I'm on the page with my characters on it. Just load in. If you didn't know, there's a solar flare storm going on right now, and it's making the whole internet slow.
Oh, yay.
We're supposed to get tornadoes over this way.
Okay. I mean, I grew up in Tornado Alley. I live in Tornado Alley, so it's pretty standard fare. Like, I've been through more tornadoes than I can really remember.
We live in Pennsylvania. We just get heavy winds. I think a tornado touched down here.
Here we go.
Once in like 20 years ago.
Wow.
I have clicked the investigation button. I'm just waiting for the die to show up now.
Oh, that's totally valid. Let me just drink more of this Kool-Aid.
That doesn't make me nervous at all.
I have a cup that says
19. 19 investigation check.
Okay. You find that the secret entrance and the secret exit is also guarded.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, it's good that we know this.
Uh-huh.
About how many guards are we talking around the secret entrance and exit?
The secret entrance has 4 guards stationed at it. 4 guards are stationed at any location that would be accessible directly to the palace. So at any place where the big wall has a break in it, or the main gate, or the secret entrance off in the woods.
But they're, like, not in a spot where they can easily call for backup if we happen to knock them unconscious, for example.
If you hang around there for a little bit, you'll notice that there is a guard patrol that passes by there at a 15-minute interval. So essentially they're walking out here to the forest, and then they go back to the palace proper, and then out to the forest, and there's somebody that just walks up and down that way.
Okay.
So it takes 15 minutes to walk at a fairly leisurely pace, though with purpose, between the places. So as long as they don't have reason to hurry, you should have a 15-minute window that nobody would know.
Awesome.
So, is that all Masquerade is doing?
Oh yeah, that's all Masquerade is doing, and then I believe that Anu is the only one that hasn't gone.
Alright, so Anu, what are you doing?
Oh my god. I am surrounded by a bunch of paper, and finally I'm figuring out how am I gonna talk about my situation. Obviously I need to worry about this, but this also needs to be handled. So I'm writing out my riddle. So there's a bunch of just torn up, crumpled up papers around me. And writing notes about how I can't tell you, but I can't lie.
Okay.
So have a riddle for you. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Anu, also give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
20.
20. Okay. As you are writing this out, you find that even in writing things out, you can't write out a lie.
Yeah.
You can't write something untrue. So you can write riddles because of the nature of what a riddle is. But if you want to write pure fiction, it doesn't work. You don't experience any pain, but you realize that if you will try to do that, even when you succeed, your hand just like does this jerking twitch thing. And you don't knock over your water or anything like that to ruin papers as you're doing this, but it is worth noting that you can't communicate lies in even a written format. So, eventually, all 4 of you come together for an evening meal at the Pumpkin Carriage. This evening meal is what looks to be a curry. It is an elven curry, which is something that gets mixed response from the patronage. But Anu, this is straight comfort food for you. It's toned down quite a bit for the human palate, but this is very flavorful. It has like nuts and avocado and all sorts of like weird things you wouldn't normally think to put into a curry, put together into this tomato-y curry that's served over rice noodles. So it definitely like hits a note for you that is more special than others. But yeah, you guys are now at the table, so feel free to disclose or not disclose or whatever you have or have not done.
You should know that the entrance we're planning on using to break into the castle later is guarded. I saw about 4 of them. We should be able to take care of that. They're switching off at about 15-minute intervals. That should be plenty of time to take care of them and get inside, but then we'll need to figure out what to do Since they will very know that there isn't a guard or there should be one.
When you say there's, like, how many guards were there at a time? 4? And do we know exactly where this thing is that we're heading, or should we expect to have to do some searching?
We know where it was.
So I
start there.
Yeah, my point being, we should probably make the assumption that this is not going to be in and out before the next guard rotation comes in.
Exactly.
Ah.
But since we know this, that means that we can plan for it.
Nim, actually, you were the furthest back whenever you guys were escaping from those underground tunnels to the secret entrance. Make a history check for me.
30-20.
Okay, you remember that the tunnels for the secret entrance largely caved in on themselves. So if you were to take the secret entrance, you would also have to find a new way to get to the palace. Because all of the ways that you know were caved in after you when you left.
Okay. I want to share that with everyone. So I guess we have to avoid those secret tunnels. Trying not to sing the song, sorry.
I love that. I love that show.
Right. So is there a better route for us? I mean,
anyone who wants to
an easy mission.
Anyone who wants to can make survival or nature or history. Nathaniel, your mic is off.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20?
Woo!
Okay. So, Wisp, in fact, you get a special little bit of information. So, not only do you realize that the castle for Dorian is built into the mountainside, but in fact, you recall certain bardic tales that suggest that there is another alternate way into the palace through the back of the mountain. However, that will require about a day's journey just to go around the mountain to search for a cavern that may or may not be there.
Well, I'll relay it as a possibility.
So it's just another option.
Yeah.
My thoughts are, this is not something that we need to get done immediately. So taking a day to go and check and make this easier on ourselves and not have to deal with guards chasing us during this very stressful mission is probably not a bad idea.
This is true. This is probably the least pressing thing we've had to deal with in a little while.
That's saying something.
Actually, it's not really, given how pressing everything has been.
So...
We have the chance to do this carefully, is what I'm saying. I think that it's a good idea to take the opportunity.
And as you guys are kind of discussing this, Giselle flounces up and grabs onto Nim's dress and kind of pulls on it, and she's like, "Did I hear about camping?"
Oh, well, yes, but not in the fun sense where we roast marshmallows over a fire and tell spooky stories and then sleep in a tent. More in the sense where, grown-ups have to do very important things. Camping importance, important camps.
Does it involve fire?
There might be an occasion for it, but it it won't be the special kind of fire that you can make. You know, we need that here at the pumpkin carriage so that Jacquard has somebody to help him keep the fires lit so that the stoves don't go out and that all the guests, you know, who would help make breakfast? Giselle.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I learned how to make pancakes today.
Oh, that's fantastic.
They were all, like, black and crispy on the outside, and the inside was still kind of runny.
Oh, well, you know, some people like them that way, I hear.
Yeah. I make good pancakes. Do you want me to make you some tomorrow?
I would love that.
I'm gonna make you some pancakes. Extra black on the outside.
Oh, well. You know all my vices, Giselle.
And she just kind of flounces off to go be with her friends.
I'm glad you didn't ask me that. I'm officially no longer allowed to lie.
I should have taken the opportunity. Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, say what now?
You always just look at her.
Oh, yeah. I'm no longer not allowed to lie. So have fun with that. Yeah, I can pick a lock. That's not lying at all. I can sneak into places. So don't try to have me intimidate a guard because it's not happening. You guys gotta pick some slack.
I mean, unless you say things that are true. Like the fact that we are some of the most powerful warriors the realm has to boast of.
Did your camera just freeze?
No, yours did for a hot second.
Oh. Because I was bent. Alright, this is not.
Actually, Anu, you see a familiar face walk into the pumpkin carriage. It is your housemate. I can't remember what you named him because I forgot to make a note of it.
Sidon.
Sidon. So yeah, Sidon walks through and he kind of just leans on your table and he's like, I thought I'd find you here.
Sidon.
So, yes, I heard tell of a moon elf out and about the town in the middle of the night, and well, most moon elves think they're too good to actually come into the city, so I knew who it had to be and made my way here straight away. You know, you really don't make a point of hiding anywhere, do you? For how sneaky you can be.
And why should she?
Well, it's just she is an expert at the clandestine arts, we'll say.
Oh, I like to get them know my face and then think, oh, you're one of the good ones. And then I rob them blind.
You are very open about that.
Who's listening?
Well, I mean, somebody's always listening. It's Voirais, specifically the capital. Although, I guess for people like us, maybe we don't warrant listening too.
There's a lot going on right now.
There's a lot going on.
What's up, Sidon?
Well, so, I actually came by because you left some things at the house and, we were evicted. I apologize. With the recent kerfuffle with the guards, someone pulled strings somewhere, and so we don't exactly have a place to live. But I did find some of your old things that have been collecting dust, one of which I found under the floorboards in your special hideaway. And I presume it's yours. And he slides over this bag to you. It has this threading. Threading that is colored like rainbow, but it has this almost weird metallic glint if it catches the light just right. and when it's totally empty.
Do I know what this is?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
This is a bag of holding.
Okay, yes, thank you. What else you got?
I also found this, and he hands you a old crusty loaf of bread that has mold growing on it. And so these, and he hands you some elvish currency. So you get 10 gold in elvish currency. And I'm not sure if you want these sketches for your personal self or what. These may be mine, actually, but here. And he slides some sketches your way of some very risque pictures of different people in different positions.
Draw me like one of your elf girls.
Yeah, you can keep those.
Well, thank you. That's very generous of you. And he just pockets them like very quickly. And then he turns to Wisp and leans over and is like, so, have you thought more about keeping company?
I am not in a company mood at present, but feel free to check in at a later time.
Oh, you're playing hard to get. I don't know if I like that, but this is the second time.
Anan, do you want a matching scar?
Keep pointing out the fact that you're having to wait. It's incredibly endearing.
and he just kind of like, and he shuffles away a little bit and then kind of like leans into anew, starts to say something, stops, and then just gives you a pat on the shoulder and walks out. And then pokes his head back in. Sorry about getting us evicted again, by the way. And then heads out.
I mean, I can always go back to the Elven City now that it's free. I mean, I have to do some massive cleaning.
Seems lovely.
He's useful.
I'll take your word on that.
I mean, the fact that he stuck with me after I got him into that accident that messed up his face says a lot about him.
Okay, but was that from... is that a point to a strength of his character, or the fact that he literally had no one else to stick with other than you?
I don't know. Scars can be pretty alluring.
So, like, I feel like we kind of glossed over something. We need to circle back on something real quick. The not lying thing. That's new. Yes?
New.
You used to be able to lie, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember quite a few, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't worry, I can totally get it back. Just have to...
Oh, so what, did you lose a bet?
No, I did not lose a bet.
But something akin or tangential to that, then.
I cannot answer direct questions.
At all?
Maybe
about that.
Maybe we should try it indirectly. So I'm going to formulate a code. Anew. If there was a chicken and that chicken had to cross a river, but the river was made of cheese, what would you say? I don't know. I don't think I clarified this code in my own mind before I asked. I'm not very good at this. As somebody with a little bit more, I don't know, subterfuge in your background, perhaps.
Okay, what were you trying to ask?
I thought that would be a direct way or an indirect way to ask what the heck is going on and why can't you lie? But I suppose it wasn't.
Okay,
I'm not good with code.
Wait a minute. Let's go back because I just want to test something super quick. Anu, what the heck were you actually doing in the castle the very first time we ever met you? Precisely why were you there?
What was I there for? Oh, I was looking for information on a friend.
About?
Their capture.
See, that's something you didn't tell us before. Sorry, it's not that I think you're an inherently deceptive person, except historically you're a little bit of a deceptive person. I kind of just needed to press you on the premise just a little bit.
I'm not deceptive. I'm guarded.
Did you ever find your friend?
No, because I crashed a chandelier and everybody ran away.
That I remember.
That is the truth.
And then I got pulled into the dungeons following some crazy nonsense, and I haven't been back.
Okay. Well, then we'll stick that on the list of things to do. Was your friend in the castle by chance?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh, well then let's hope they weren't.
Yeah, that'd be solid.
Huh.
Should we circle back to my code?
Yeah, if you figured it out, go ahead.
You know what? Never mind. Hold on. I'm still...
We'll table the code for now.
I'm going to work on it. I need some paper and I'm going to make a cipher. It's going to work. We're going to get there.
I have all the faith in the world.
I do too.
That was impressive.
She didn't say what she had faith in.
I'm taking it for what it's worth right now. Thank you very much.
Nim is taking it as a compliment.
Thank you from the peanut gallery.
So what if we just handle the castle and on our way we'll figure this out. Like I said, just don't have me lie to any cards. I can sneak in, I can pick a lock, I can punch with fire.
So you're not doing any of this maliciously. This is all not like the kind of law that says don't steal from people, but the kind of law that says you can't just kick off and fly right now without the aid of magic.
Right, this is not malicious.
Okay. I feel like I should be tisking you anyway because it feels like this has probably got something to do with something nefarious, but I'll just roll with it.
Me getting into nefarious things? Oh, who would have thought?
Fair enough.
So, are you guys going tonight to storm the castle, or aren't we?
We're gathering information, aren't we?
Well, so the question is, if we want to investigate this potential back way in, it's going to add time, which we actually seem to have. So the question becomes more, do we want to deal with the potential unknown dangers of whatever might be involved in finding and going through the back way, or deal with the known dangers of the guards circling back around and realizing that somebody's in there who shouldn't be? Because we're going to be dealing with something either way. It's just one, we definitely know what the issue will be, and the other we don't.
Well, my thoughts are as follows. I would feel way more bad about having to fight and kill a guard than I would be having to fight and kill some random monster that's a little bit more difficult to take down.
I mean, that's a perspective I understand, at least. I'll give you that. I'm honestly, I'm okay either way.
I mean, I'll find a way to live with it if it happens. I'm just stating a mild preference.
With it. With our GM over there drinking Kool-Aid.
I will throw this out there for y'all too. There is one more entrance that you guys have not thought about to the palace that you know about.
Sorry, I was being a little shit.
I was just going to say the apothecary. That's not what that is.
Mm-mm. No, there's a way that you guys took out of the palace before.
The one in the garden?
No, that's the main entrance.
No, I'm talking about the one, in the hedge labyrinth.
Oh yes, yeah, the secret entrance there that led out into the docks, that led to a cave that went out into the water.
Yeah.
So
best to bring that up.
How far out of our way is going to the docks, like compared to trying to go around the damn mountain?
Well, if you can get into the palace yard via the docks, that would probably be... Well, it took you guys a couple hours to walk that. So if you went out to the caverns there that's near the river...
Okay. That might make the most sense because we've been through that before. So I think we're less likely to get lost. And it's not so far out of our way that, because like, here's my one main concern about taking the full day around to trying to get around the backside of the mountain, assuming that the entrance even is there. That's a full day for the situation to change without us knowing. Which I don't love.
No, nor should you.
Do we have any reason to believe that perhaps that way through the docks is no longer intact? We haven't seen anything. I mean, we saw the castle kind of go up how it did, but we didn't see anything else that would maybe make us think that that's not a good idea.
Well, I wouldn't think it would be any more likely to be collapsed passageway again than trying to go around the backside of the dang mountain. I mean, assuming that way even exists and we find it, that's just as likely to be caved in and inaccessible as anything else. So, like, maybe it's not intact, but like not to a degree that it makes a difference picking it over any other way in.
It's at the very least worth a look.
Okay. Well, guess we can start there.
All right. Are you guys doing that tonight, or are you going to wait until morning?
I say we do this tonight.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to.
Okay. All right. So,
God, I hate it when the GM smiles this much.
That glint in his eye and the murder Kool-Aid.
I mean, in all fairness, there was going to be trouble no matter what you choose.
You want us to be nervous on purpose?
Would I do that?
Yes!
Oh.
Literally what you do.
That's fair. You guys head out from the pumpkin carriage at night, and you make your way out into the streets. And it is raining right now. So
is there still an enforced curfew, or did that stop?
There is an enforced curfew.
Who's gonna stop us?
So you guys will have to be sneaky about this, and
I'm wearing my grayscale Motley.
which actually does help. You're wearing your grayscale Motley?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's garish patterns, but it is not colorful.
That is totally valid. In fact, it's weird because when you guys see Masquerade walking around through the streets in this grayscale, it's almost like you can it's almost like you see a flicker of a specter in your periphery. Just briefly.
Very cool.
And yeah, so I'll need everybody to make me initial stealth checks.
Watch me absolutely flub this. I'm actually not bad at stealthing. 11. But to put that into perspective, I rolled a 5. So.
Mm-hmm.
I also got 11.
What are we rolling?
Stealth.
Stealth.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
19!
27.
So Mask, if this fails, it's our fault.
So, my guard's got a 1. Like a natural 1.
I should not have used my inspiration.
So, you guys sneak out of the pumpkin carriage, and the guard that's posted at the end of your street is straight up sleeping in the rain. Like, maybe it's the sound of the rain that's done it to her, but she is just slumped. Like, against a light post, like...
That's kind of impressive.
I want to pull a prank on her.
Okay! Okay, you're gonna pull a prank on her.
Alright, what is she wearing?
She's wearing stereotypical guard's uniform. She is the low-level, entry-level guard. It has plate armor, because all of the guards in Dorian do wear full plate. It has feathered plume for decoration. It also has a cape, which denotes her rank based on its color. Hers is blue. And it's clasped with these nice brass clasps.
I'm going to put a little bit of mud in her hand and tickle her nose with her own feather.
Okay. So you do that, and she kind of like and just smears the mud over her face. We'll see if she wakes up. She seems to still be asleep.
Ever a paragon of maturity, anyone?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help that.
Huh. I know you meant that. You really are sorry, aren't you?
Yes.
You were the youngest sibling, weren't you?
In one of those lives.
Okay.
So you guys make it past the first street and into the back alleys. Now to see if you encounter anyone in the back alleys. I've rolled my second natural 1 in a row for the night.
Yeah.
This luck is not going to hold, and when it's actually important, we're going to be screwed.
There is nobody in these back alleys at all. There's just gathering puddles, and ironically, the pouring rain masks the sound of your footprints considerably, so that while you are soaking wet at this point, you also can navigate the next 2 streets without any interference.
Nice.
So, stealth checks one more time. As you get to the fringe of the city proper and into the, market area that leads into the docks on the lake and the river.
19.
I'm going to need to use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
12.
That would have been a nat 1 otherwise.
Oh.
I got an 11.
Did you nat 1?
No, I
No,
didn't.
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay.
No, I meant a
Yeah.
new, because 11 is
Oh.
absurdly low.
No,
for
that
her.
I got a 3, so I have +8 in stealth.
Yeah, I thought it must have been something crazy low like that.
So, as you guys get to this fringe, there's like one more stretch of just road. And this is a busy thoroughfare during the daytime, so it's pretty wide and open because this is where carts and carriages make their way from the docking areas into the various markets and whatnot. So you got to go through a big open area that has gaslit lamps all around it in this square. You see a statue of a former king of Voirais just posted up on top of this fountain that's kind of in the center of this roundabout area that's surrounded by shops. And as you guys hug the shops and your shadows cast just a little bit in the light, you make your way through onto the other side, and you run directly into a guard. However, the guard is not aware of you right now because his back is turned.
Knock his ass out.
You gonna knock him out?
No.
Oh! So he has not perceived you at this moment because he rolled one less than your mean.
So, like, is there somewhere for us to duck out of his field of view if he were to turn around, or, like, do we have to get around this guy?
You have to get around him to get to the cavern area.
Well, I mean, it looks like we're gonna have to knock him out, guy.
Okay. Is he the only guard around right now?
Yeah, he's the only guard right here.
Okay, yeah, knock his ass out.
Who's doing it?
Fuck around, find out.
Yeah, I think Anu probably does the best damage for a situation like this. Sneak attack.
Oh yeah, I think it's sneak attack.
It is a sneak attack.
Okay. Attacks.
Actually, let me check and see if I have the sleep spell first.
Okay.
I do have the sleep spell if you would rather I cast
Okay.
that.
Yeah, go ahead. I also have sleep.
Let's do this at 2nd level. Okay, so creature into a magical slumber, roll 5d8, and that's how many total hit points of creatures that the spell can affect. And then at 2nd level, that is 2 more d8, so that will be 7d8.
7d8. Okay, roll that.
Cool. I'm gonna open the Wiz Dice roller instead of doing this on D&D Beyond because it'll be way faster that way.
Okay.
29.
29. So, how would this look for you when you cast it?
So Masquerade kind of like leans over, holds a hand up, whispers like a little lullaby-ish sounding nursery rhyme that sort of like flows through the mist, like a note, like a line of, notes, and like swirls around the guy.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as this happens, Wisp and Anu, being also attuned to magic, just see like flickers of these silky strands of rainbow light in your periphery as magic is evoked in the air. And the guard has the notes swirling around his head, and he doesn't seem to really notice the notes because he starts lilting and lulling back and forth and falls forward in a crash. It does echo through the streets, but he is now face down, snoring. Anu.
Yes.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
What? Charisma saving throw. Okay. I can't be put to sleep. Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm aware.
All right, 12.
12. Okay.
Am I catching?
So,
I hit the ground.
Anu, he hits the ground, and This, you see the kind of oily sheen of his plate mail just like wicking the water away naturally. And it's really entrancing, and you start to stare for a minute. And then, okay, you gotta move on. And as you take a step on the street, you realize that nobody's following you. Your companions aren't following you.
What the fuck?
They're not around you right now. You are literally by yourself near this sleeping guard, and there's this massive puddle just ahead of you in this like pothole sort of situation on the road. And with a crash of thunder and lightning, you see this flash of a shadowed figure ahead of you. And then they're gone when the lightning is gone. And then it happens again. And this time, there is a shadowed, hunched human of some sort, bundled up for the rain, that starts approaching you. It looks like maybe an old woman. And she extends you a card as she approaches. For you, dear one. And it's a tarot card with your image on it. And then she just, after handing it to you, she walks off, and there's another and she's gone. And your friends are all around you, and you are just holding this card now.
This is like, what is this? Is this death? Death? What you doing? What's the card say?
The card says the Six of Knives. And it has these knives that are surrounding your head, almost like a halo.
Give me 6 lives.
Awkward glance exchange with Marissa, who also reads tarot.
Does it just mean you're going to be stabbed by 6 knives? Who knows?
And that's all you have right now. The rest of you may not even notice Anu has them in her hand initially, unless you were paying attention to her while Mask was casting sleep.
No, I wouldn't have been.
So Anu, it's up to you. You can pocket it, or if you leave it for a couple more minutes, everyone else will notice that you have it.
I'm gonna stare at it super hard.
Okay. Anu is staring at a tarot card in her hand instead of going forward.
Anu, not sure what the deal is, but that guard just made a really loud crash when he landed. Could we book it now and figure out your greeting card later?
Greeting card. Okay, that's fine.
So I'm going to highly encourage we book it to
Okay.
wherever we're trying to get to.
Okay, so you guys race. Splashing and sloshing doesn't even matter at this point. And you make your way to the docks. You see that the ships are kind of just bobbing up and down on these restless waves. The lightning flashing occasionally, casting eerie shadows along the docks from the high masts and the closed-up sails.
I'm just going to kind of shudder a little bit and be like, ugh, no boats, never again.
And you guys make your way further into the docking district until you reach a section that appears to be abandoned, followed by an unsettled portion that is forested and has this like mucky mud underfoot. And then you make your way to the cavern. And there are only 2 guards posted here at this cavern because while under construction, the scaffolding and stairways are not fully fixed yet. So this place isn't ready to send and receive shipments right now. So you guys are on the fringe of a forest, and just beyond is this cavern, and the cavern leads to the docking area that the scaffolding leads up to the tunnels.
So wait, what? I don't have it, but I'm asking, like, does sleep affect an area, or do you have to target a specific person?
It affects an area.
Ooh.
But assuming I rolled the same thing that I did last time, that means both of their hit points would have to total 29 or lower. So how much do we want to bet these guards only have 15 hit points apiece is what I'm asking you.
So to do the sleep spell, we have to do lower than 29?
They have to have lower than 29 hit points.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
I mean, what's the, do we have an, hang on. So, Steven, what is around the docks? Like, okay, so they're posted in front of, like, the cavern. Obviously, we're kind of in the woods. Like, is there actually areas, like, off to the left, off to the right? Like, is there enough space for them to theoretically go investigate something that would get them out of sight? Or is, like, the only real space for them to head out to is towards us?
There is plenty of space. The cavern, for scale, it's like a full city block across. It's a massive cavern.
Okay.
How far away are these guards from us?
Right now, they're about 200 feet away. So you'd have to get closer. But there's forest between you and them. And the forested area reaches within like 20 feet of them.
Okay. Ooh. I'm only asking because if Mask casts sleep again and we get closer, I could do insult to injury, which is when a creature within 120 feet of you that you can see or hear takes damage from an attack or spell, you can use your reaction to cause the creature to take additional psychic damage equal to your charisma modifier. I don't know how much that would help.
That's damage. So if it's not dealing damage, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay. I'm not very helpful in this scenario.
That said, if Anu also has sleep and we both cast it, then we could technically each take out one guard.
Is that a question for the DM, or?
That's a question for you guys. You
I mean, theoretically, it should work.
Theoretically, it should work.
Are they like, they're far away from each other? Yeah.
They're pretty close, actually.
Oh.
So we just stack those numbers together.
Okay, yeah, because...
In fact, they're especially close because they're huddled under the cavern lip so that they aren't in the rain.
Because, sleep covers 90 feet, but I guess it's their health that we're concerned about?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. But since we're both casting it, I'm only going to cast this one at first level this time, because if it works, it's going to work, and if it doesn't, then I'm only blowing a first level spell slots.
Okay.
So that's 5d8 anew. 22.
22. Okay. And anew?
Is there a way to, like, say this 5 times, like do the D8 5 times, or I just have to click it 5 times?
If it's on D&D Beyond, you can just click it 5 times, then hit roll.
Oh, I see. 28.
28. Okay. So, how does it look for you when you cast sleep, Anu?
It's more like I'm acting like the Sandman. He's just...
Okay. So
I
as
love
she
that
goes,
visual.
this glittering blue sand just wafts on the breeze in tandem next to this misty sort of song stream that has notes sort of floating within it. One hits the first guard in the face with these sparkles. The other starts swirling around the other guard. And both of them slump together and just take a seat and start snoozing.
I'm tying their belts together.
Okay!
Valid.
Make a sleight of hand check or stealth, your choice.
Either or is fine. 15.
Okay. So, neither of them wakes up when you do this.
They shouldn't. They're under a sleep spell.
It just puts them to sleep. They can still be woken up by normal means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in we go then, I guess.
So, you guys enter the cavern as the rain sort of just falls back into the distance, echoing and bouncing off of these walls of this cavern just a little bit, but it's much more subtle in here. You see, there are ships here right now, familiar ships, though the cages and crates have been removed, so that there are only, like, few barrel stacks here and there. There is one barrel mountain that leads up to where the scaffolding construction ends. So it's just tall enough that you could, in theory, make a little jump from that to the scaffolding if you don't want to climb up to try to get up there. Yeah, it is apparently abandoned here right now. And you do see that entrance overhead where the scaffolding reaches its peak, and it leads into the tunnels.
I'm not in the mood to mess with barrels. I'll stick with the scaffolding.
Okay, so to climb up it, you'll need an athletics roll because it's not fully constructed.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20, okay. So making it look easy, Wisp just, like, does this whole, like, well, you tell us how it looks.
So it's almost like a gymnastics routine, sort of grabbing onto bars, spinning all the way around them before jumping up, flipping up, grabbing the next pair of bars by hooking my knees around it, flipping forward, grabbing it, just every bit up, 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 up. And it's almost like one smooth, continuous motion. I don't seem to stop or pause or gauge what's next at any point. It's just, it's smooth to the point of being insulting.
And being insulted, I immediately move to go next because clearly if Wisp can do this, so can I.
Okay. All right. So that's actually, you could have rolled acrobatics for that too, because of how you did it. So it's your choice, Robin. Athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics only totals 16.
Okay, so you have a much harder time with this, and a couple times you almost lose it, and you hear this creak, and at one point one of the beams that you grab crunches a little bit and breaks, and you kind of lower, but you stay there, and then you gingerly get up to the next one and pull yourself up. So it's not nearly as easy as Wisp made it look, but you make it up.
And make a face at Wisp when I get to the top, which you cannot see because I'm wearing a mask, but it's there in spirit.
And once Mask gets up, I'm going to go, you did really well.
Uh-huh.
Who's next?
Well, we can't all be the chosen one.
Yeah, Nim's gonna try.
Okay.
And before she even gets started, she's gonna do some, like, stretches, some trunk twists, like, just try to get limber up.
Okay. Is she going up the barrels or up the scaffolding?
I think she saw her friends do it, and she thought, you know what? I've been hanging out with them long enough. Maybe something has worn off.
Okay.
So
doing gymnastics in a dress.
Right. They're not going to be pretty gymnastics. It's going to be a mess. But 17.
17. Okay. So you actually managed to kind of and grab on. Now, unfortunately, you have a choice to make. You can either make a second check, or you can deal with me rolling and potentially rolling for that beam that cracked under Masquerade's weight to break.
I'll do a second check.
Okay, do a second check.
12.
12. So the second the second weight load grabs onto this crunched one, and it snaps and breaks. And you manage to catch yourself on the ledge, but you are now dangling about 50 feet off of the ground.
How close to the top?
About 2/3 of the way there.
Okay. I'm gonna come down and help her.
Okay. Alright, so you gotta make a check then. Athletics.
Acceptable. Which I say, even though I have a -1 to athletics, and I'm going to have to use my inspiration for.
Okay.
Oh, that's worse!
Oh no!
8.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to use an intrusion.
Of course you are.
We're gonna be defeated by
So-
scaffolding. Oh god.
Masquerade,
Yes.
you can choose for you to pull Nim up so that she can get the rest of the way up, and you fall and take the fall damage. Or
you
you
met
can
me,
let
Steven.
Nim take the fall damage.
Again, have you met me, Steven?
I think I already know what
Obviously,
you're
I'm going to
choose.
throw her up there.
I kind of suspected. So you get an inspiration, and you can give one to somebody else.
Alright, Nim, you're in this with me, take it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that means gotta do that. Since 50 feet, that's 3. I don't have enough dice for this in my dice tray right now.
Oh, I'm so gonna die.
Oh god.
Oh gosh, I rolled 2 6s there, and another
Mm-hmm. Yep.
25 total damage. I rolled 4 6s.
Well, I'm not dead. I'm not even knocked out, but I do get the wind damn well knocked out of me. You hear a crack as I hit the ground.
So yeah, you crack, the mud splatters all over your grayscale outfit, probably staining it. And you have the wind really knocked out of you right now. You and Anu are on the base level now.
Now when I look down, Mask, are you okay? Take the barrels!
So, okay. Anu and Masquerade, both of you have to get up still. Who wants to go up first?
I have a question.
Yes.
Your mask, you're shapeshifting. What all can you shapeshift into?
Only humanoids. I can't have wings or anything like that.
Oh, no, I wasn't asking about wings. I was asking about, like, smaller miniature creatures.
Oh, I mean, I did canonically turn into a child once when I wasn't actually playing this character, but technically I'm not supposed to be able to do that.
I was trying to get you into the lightest weight possible, and I just take you up because you're a winged.
I feel like it just makes sense for changelings to be able to change into, like, halflings and stuff like that, because you can already turn into things that have powerful build. So, if you want to turn into a halfling or a gnome, go for it.
Alright, I'll turn into a halfling. That sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Also, Steven,
yes.
I want to sort of holler down and go, I know you two have got it this time, not a doubt, and I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Anu.
Okay.
I'm taking the barrels, obviously. Okay.
All right, you're taking the barrels. So that's an easier DC, but it does have the chance of toppling.
Yes.
So are you going to take Masquerade with you on this?
Yes.
Okay.
I have become a backpack.
So
Yeah.
you can either increase your DC to an 18, or you can make it 2 points more likely on my die that it will topple.
Wait, what?
You can either change your DC from a 16 to an 18, or you can make it more likely for 2 more points likely for it to topple after you use it.
Oh, okay.
The choice is yours.
So if I make it an 18, that means I have to get higher than an 18.
Yes, but it won't topple.
But it won't topple. But
The Bardic Inspiration I gave you, you can add a 1d8 to your roll.
okay, yeah, I'll do the 18.
Okay, alright, so you gotta hit an 18 on athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna do athletics. And you said 1d8.
Yeah.
Does Nim want to like shout down some encouragement?
Yes.
She can do that reactively.
Yeah. So do I have to wait till Anu has started her ascent?
Yeah, you have to wait until
Okay.
you see what happens. So what did you do?
I got a 13.
13. Okay, so I get to roll and see if the things topple, but now you can use your encouragement if you want, Nim.
Okay.
I just peek down and say, Anu, you got this! It's just like a chandelier, but not really even a little bit, but you can still do it!
Okay, so you get to add 3 more to that roll, which puts it at a 16.
16, okay.
You needed an 18 to not topple it, but I rolled for it to topple anyway. So you run to the top, you feel it start shaking and quaking beneath you, probably because it's both you and Masquerade together, and you jump for the scaffolding. Right as you do, the barrels topple underneath your feet. Make an acrobatics check to try to catch yourself on the scaffolding.
21.
21. You made it by 1 point to not have to choose between yourself and Masquerade. So you kind of sling Masquerade over first in their gnome, halfling, I'm not sure what. Halfling body.
I'm basically in chibi mode right now.
And then you catch it and you are hanging right now, but you manage to pull yourself up and climb up.
This is fair. I was messing with the guards.
So all of you make it to the entranceway to the secret tunnels, and the barred door is actually currently open.
Oh.
That's suspicious.
Yep.
Before we go any further, Mask, do you have something to like patch yourself up with, or
Well, I have Hands of Healing, but technically I have to be in combat for that to kick in. So
okay.
no.
Want a box?
So
you don't have to be in combat to use that. I think that's dumb. So if you want to just use it, you can use it.
Okay. I also have medicine, but that's only for stabilizing people, not for restoring hit points. So yeah, I'm gonna spend a point of key.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know how to ask this in character, but so effectively, how far off from your max HP are you doing that? Like, you still way down, or?
Hold on, I have to find it. I'm pretty sure that it's a really small heal, though.
I mean, like, I'm just trying to figure out if I should add healing word to that, which is also not a particularly big heal, but...
But it does add up, probably. Probably, yes. Yeah, it is 1d4 plus 2.
All right, so I'll do healing word as well, which, hang on. You know what? I'll do that at 2nd level even.
Okay.
So that is... So that's 7 points of healing.
Okay. By the way, are you still a halfling right now, Masquerade?
I mean, I'm slowly becoming not a halfling.
Okay, so when Masquerade shifted, you guys noticed these massive ears start poking out. They're like furry, and like then they had these like pawed claws and a tail.
Oh, halfling.
And everything.
I forgot what halflings look
because
like in this
world,
setting.
halflings are like fey, half animal, half humans. They're also small, but yeah.
You keep changing what words mean!
Mechanically, they're the same. They just are tiny little furry people.
Furry.
Just off on technicalities. Well, technically on paper.
Well, actually,
I just lie on the floor for a minute before I get back up because, you know, I mean, like, it only really wounded my pride, but, like, my pride is kind of important to me, so I'm just gonna give it a second.
High five, we did it.
I high five.
And, yeah, you guys make your way into the tunnels. So who's leading the charge here?
Not me.
Not it.
I will.
Wisp, you were unconscious when you were brought through here, so your DC is harder for this survival check.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, okay. So, survival check or history, your choice to remember or navigate, depending on what you're doing.
15.
Okay. Okay. So,
Like that, Steven. You're making us all so nervous tonight.
So, you start navigating your way through these tunnels. The first thing you notice is that there are lit torches as soon as you round the corner. And, like, the hallways are kind of glowing with these flickering torch lights. You do manage to navigate your way a third of the way to that entrance in the courtyard. Another check. Who is it going to be?
I'll do it.
Okay. Survival or history, your choice.
We're gonna do survival because I have a +6.
Okay. That's right, I forgot Nim's good at camping with the kids.
So. 17.
17. Nim, you lead the way the next length, and just when everyone else was pretty sure it was going to be to the right, you're like, nope, we're going left. And you took them left. That was the right way to go. Last leg. Who's making the check?
I can do it again, gang.
I think you're the best at survival in the group.
Yeah.
24.
24. Okay. All right. You guys, just when a lot of you think, there's no way, this isn't right, what is she doing? She pushes up on this tile overhead and you see this iron door that is covered in stone on the other side opens up into the still half-burnt hedge maze.
Come on, gang.
Well done.
And it is definitely raining out here. So,
I don't mind being wet.
so, it seems that there aren't any guards up here in this part of the palace area. Apparently they think they're warding whoever off up to this point. The thunder and lightning briefly. Everyone give me a perception check.
16.
16.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
16.
17.
All of you, just as you're looking up at this massive husk of a palace, it now hits you. The devastation that took place. Overhead is this thrumming of this glowing ring in the sky that eclipses the moonlight and casts everything in this weird, shifting blue to purple to red to purple to blue glow, back and forth. It casts eerie tinges on all of the rain puddles that have collected. You see that the entire middle of the palace where the throne room was located and everything is just blown away. It's not there anymore. But the rest of the palace sort of encompasses this area and this wide swath because it's built like a U, is how the palace is built. And then it goes deep into the mountainside. And as the thunder and lightning just... all of you catch a glimpse briefly of a light flickering in one of the windows of the third story.
There's
to the right. So, yeah. The front entrance is still intact, but not very much. And you will still be being rained on for the better part of your initial entrance if you go into the main entryway.
How else would we go in besides the main entryway?
You can try to climb a window or something. I'm not sure what you guys are doing. There's windows everywhere.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had quite enough climbing for one day.
All right. So, everyone makes their way up to the front entrance. The doors are locked. Even though just about 10 feet above there's no wall. There's nothing. So...
Anu, I think this is your specialty.
All right, that's sleight of hand for you.
22.
22. Easily done. So, with a couple flicks of the wrist and some tinkering, the lock opens without much issue. You open up the doors... and you see that the carpet is soaked wet, and there are puddles gathered in the dips in the floor.
That's so gross.
You see that chandelier that Anu had ridden on is crashed down again on the same table, which is also broken in half again. The paintings in here of the regents and royal families are being ruined by the elements. And even as you enter... you see this massive stairway that would lead up into the second story of the entrance, and just maybe 10 feet higher than that is that thrumming ring. And even as you walk through the doors, you feel like this pull toward the ring. You feel like it wants to suck you in.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
And you even briefly notice that some of your images, almost like a glitch in a video game or like clipping, will just like something's going on with the atmosphere here.
Just kind of stare up at the ring for a minute and go, well, see, now there's your problem right there. This is not going to be cheap to fix. It'll take more than spackle. Sorry, I'm trying to lighten the mood.
Where do you get these wonderful illusions? I start walking.
Okay, all right, you're going to the right toward where the light was?
Toward where the throne room is. I know where I'm headed. I'm going straight in that direction. Tunnel vision.
All right, that is just beyond underneath the stairway of the entrance. So you go underneath this massive archway of one of two on either side of the staircase that leads to the throne room proper. And you see, once you're in the throne room is gone. The throne itself is not there.
Right.
There is an empty room for about maybe 300 feet with columns and pillars and stuff. And then it's almost like something tore a chunk out in like a circular shape.
Yeah, I knew this shit was suspicious.
So you're saying it looks like someone took a giant ice cream scoop to where the throne should be?
Yep.
Lovely.
So there is no throne to find.
That is unacceptable.
When we look at the scoop, is there anything that would indicate like maybe who did that or how it happened or
Like the
like
scoop on the scoop.
is there like any clue like did these scoopers leave some footprints?
It does. The shape of the room being scooped is identical in tilt and everything to that circle in the sky. And
That seems bad.
It's either we do this or murder a bunch of holy men. Which would you prefer?
Well,
When you say do this, what do you mean do this? What are we even doing at this point?
Be jumping into the light.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to go into the maw.
anyone who wants to can make a perception check.
18.
I can certainly try.
22.
9.
Anew, you catch a glimpse off to one of the right corridors. It looks like a humanoid figure just across a hallway, briefly, at the end of the hallway that way.
Excuse me, guys. I have a hunch. I'm gonna take after him.
Okay, you take after them. So Anew just runs off and books it to the right
Jeez,
and goes down a
so
hallway.
weird lately.
I'm following.
I follow.
Okay,
Yes.
all of you are following. You get to
I
the
take
end
up
of the
the rear.
hallway. And Anew, make another perception check.
Damn it. 14.
14. It is still raining on you, by the way,
Oh,
because
fuck.
it's still out in the open. It's not quite into the mountain yet. And you do perceive another whoosh down another hallway if you turn again. And I presume you still pursue?
Yes, she did.
All right.
Over here.
All right. And
Probably
just
check.
as you get to the end of that hallway, you hear a door slam.
Oh, you bitch.
You round the corner and you see a hallway with 8 doors.
Oh my god.
So it's just a standard hallway, 8 doors, 4 on each side of the hallway.
Remember what the throne looked like. What are the odds that we could just make a counterfeit?
We'll deal with that question in a moment. I'm assuming the rest of us have caught up.
Yep, you guys are caught up to Anew right now, and you guys are staring down an 8-door hallway, 4 on each side.
I am... Do I have, all, as the moon out, are all my senses heightened or just my sight and hearing?
All of them.
Okay. I am smelling the doorknobs.
You're gonna smell the doorknobs?
Yeah, they had to touch it.
Okay, make an investigation roll. Or perception, your choice.
Perception. Hopefully it won't fail me this time, you bitch. 16.
16. The last door on the left smells unusually like copper.
I think it's this one. And I'm gonna open it.
Alright. You open it, and you see that once again the ceiling is still blown away here. The bed, like cloth overhang that ceilings the bed is currently slumping almost to the mattress, just with water weight. And everything in here is soaking wet. The hardwood is ruined. Do you walk into the room?
Yes.
Okay. As you walk into the room, Anew walks into the room, and the door slams shut again. And Anu, you are in this bedroom. The door is slammed shut behind you. When you look behind you, you see an elf. Like a gray-brown skin tone with long black hair just draping over this crimson cloak that is closed right now. The hood is pulled overhead, kind of guarding their face a little bit, obscuring it, but you do see their vivid red eyes, luminous and shining through the darkness. And this high elf smiles at you. And when they do, you see their incisors grow on either side.
Mm.
God damn it, Steven.
Hello. What brings a moon elf to the ruins of human greatness?
It wasn't that great. We're searching for a throne.
Huh?
We're searching for a throne.
Oh, well, clearly the throne isn't here. And they take a step toward you.
Steven, I hope you realize I'm trying to break the door down.
Okay, you guys see that the door slams shut. You try to break the door down. Make an athletics check.
Can I assist?
You can absolutely assist. So you have advantage on your athletics check, Wisp.
Okay. Probably gonna need it, so let's see. 21.
21. Okay. You break the door down, and you see a figure wearing a red hooded cloak facing away from you, talking to Anu. And just as you hear her say, it wasn't that great. And
Anu, do we kick his ass?
No.
Okay.
1 second.
While this conversation is going on, I'm prestidigitating the mud off of my clothes because I just really don't want to look like a slob in front of this person for whatever reason.
okay, you guys do see these long ear tips poking out through these slits in the hood. So this is definitely an elf.
Yeah, okay, but that cape is really fashionable and I don't want to look like I'm covered in mud.
Mm-hmm. The elf approaches you anew, and once again, you can tell they're a high elf because as their cloak opens when they walk towards you, you recognize the trademark of the high elves, where they weave metallic threads into embroidery, into what they wear, but it's actually thread made of metal, so it works also sort of like armor.
Right.
And they approach you and they say, so, which one of your clan leaders sent you? Because I was sent by the High Elven Council.
I don't have one of those.
What?
I don't have one of those.
You don't have a clan leader?
Nope.
What clan are you part of?
The Motley Crew?
The Motley Crew?
Yes.
The Motley Few.
Few.
They sort of like glance toward Masquerade when you say that. And you can see now these vivid red glowing eyes underneath.
I'm just like dabbing the mud spots.
Who is the Motley Few?
That would be us.
You don't even spend time with your own kind.
Oh, I do. Helping them out of tight situations and then keep it going.
That's interesting. What makes a moon elf the proudest of all of our kin? Spend time with 2 humans and a fawn?
You're rather high on yourself, aren't you?
I am. Thank you for noticing.
Funny,
Wasn't
but
a
I cover up
compliment.
completely from head to toe, and everybody just assumes I'm human.
Well, you know what happens when you assume.
So what are you then? You smell like one.
Huh. I bet everything does in this city.
Yeah, I probably
Fair.
smell like human too.
Fair, but you can never mistake the goat-like rake on a fawn.
That's rude.
That is just uncalled for.
There's nothing wrong with goats.
At any rate. So what are all of you doing in this graveyard?
Told you, we're looking for a throne.
A throne? Really? You expect me to believe that?
Oh yeah.
I cannot tell a lie.
They
We
narrow
intend
their
to
eyes
take
at
it
you.
and make off with it.
Okay. So, you want a throne. Well, the room is that way, and as I saw you saw, it's gone. So you can leave now.
I take it you don't know what happened to it.
No.
I feel like we're glossing over a real big question. What the hell are you doing here?
I was sent to get information from our council. For our council.
From an empty, destroyed building?
Yes.
Are you guys trying to move in here?
No. We wouldn't encroach on your lands that way.
So
And
what way would you encroach on it?
they approach you, Wisp. You're funny. You really don't know anything about our people, do you?
I've gotten by without needing to so far, and I'm doing just fine.
Well, then know this. When we offer you an out, it's good to listen.
You've been practicing that rasp in your voice to try and sound intimidating. You practice that in the mirror or like alone in the bathroom?
They sort of narrow their eyes again at you, and then they turn to Nim. What about you? You're an interesting read. Why are you with them?
Well, I'm part of the team. I add many important, traits, and I have skills and abilities, and I'm great with kids. And, I find that it's more important to be a great team player than it is to be a jerk to people I just met.
I see. Touche. Your words have more authority than I think you realize.
I don't know what I realize.
I'm looking for a thing. So, you can choose to help me on my search, or you can leave me alone.
What are you looking for?
I suppose it's more of a pet.
More of a pet?
A pet. See, my sire had a pet. And the pet made its way here. I'm looking for it.
This pet, 4 legs or 2?
I think you already know the answer to that if you're asking.
I think I do.
Oh, I don't like that.
Another one of these.
It's very unfortunate for you.
For me. Why would that be unfortunate for me?
People aren't cargo, mate.
No. But some are cattle.
How about no?
Don't you ever wonder why you never hear of outsiders coming back from the High Elf lands? And they lean in, like, close enough that you can, like, catch their breath now. And you see those incisors grow even just a little more.
You really think you're something else? Just because you get to look down on everybody else. It's really quite pathetic.
What's pathetic is when prey doesn't recognize its place. The world is full of predators and prey.
The world is full. Yes, everything is two things. It is this, or it is that. Those are the only options in the world. You could not possibly have a narrower mind, could you?
My mind is open enough to have not already tried to take a bite.
I'm flattered.
Wouldn't get very far. Most who come across us don't.
I wonder how you would feel if that were true of you. For once, the tables were turned. Maybe you are yourselves part of the food chain, but you're in the middle. After all, you have the birds that eat the insects that eat other insects. But every bird has a cat waiting to catch it.
Why is it people who always self-identify as predators always assume they're at the top of the chain?
So prove otherwise.
Unlike you, I don't have to.
So does that mean we're going to fight now, or are we going to keep on talking circles?
It
I don't
does
know.
feel inevitable.
That's up to you.
I don't want to fight. I want to go fight the throne.
Nick,
Hold up.
do you have that feature yet for Orator
Which
to
one?
let you get the gist of somebody?
What is it called?
I'm pulling it up right now so I can look at it properly. For those of you who don't know, Marissa's playing a custom class. It's called an Orator. And it's a non-magical control class, functionally. Let me see.
It's not a ploy, is it?
Oh, you know what? I think it is. Yep, it's read the room. Do you have that?
No.
Okay.
That's not one of the ones I've picked so far.
Okay,
Oh,
just
I would
checking.
love to read the room.
Okay.
What?
That's
Do I
good to
have
know.
any skills that could have read the room?
So go ahead and make an insight check then, generally speaking, Nim, because you're especially good at, like, navigating interactions and whatnot. Also, Masquerade you can too, because you're a spy. And I know that means you are good at reading people. Are you trading insight?
You said?
Oh, I've got nothing.
Okay. So,
I
yeah,
got
insight.
13.
13? 14.
I'm proficient in insight.
Okay, go ahead and roll then.
16.
16. So, none of you get a good read on this person, but you can readily recognize by the way they carry themselves. They are probably much more powerful than all of you.
Let's wrap it up. We have things to do.
And a chair to find. I'm gonna move to turn to go and make it look like I'm turning to go, but I stop right outside the door and I'm gonna wait and make sure everybody else gets out okay.
Okay.
I am backing out the door. My back does not get turned to this person.
Okay.
Oh, I have absolutely no qualms about turning my back to this person, and I make a big show of doing so.
Okay.
I scurry out.
Okay.
I just lower my hood and tip my ears.
Okay. Do you walk out? Or do you want to talk to them more?
Listen, if your pet's not dead and we see him, we're sending him running.
Fine. But know that if I find you, and I know you've done this, expect that I expect a replacement.
Try.
And they'll just start going through drawers and things unless you stop them. Okay. So, where are you guys headed off next? Are you going to go back to the throne room? Are you going to try to explore the palace? Are you looking for the light?
My inclination is to look for the light because if the throne's not in the throne room, I don't know where to look for a throne. So I'm going to look. I would prefer to look into the thing that seemed out of place.
Yeah, same.
Okay. All right. So, you make your way further in past this hallway. So you're actually going further in instead of going back toward the throne room. And anyone who wants to can make perception or investigation.
11.
11.
Ooh, natural 1.
18.
I see nothing.
Oh, 6 total.
Was that a natural 1?
It was a 2.
Okay, well, Nim, I get a free intrusion now. As you guys are walking along, the floor starts creaking a little bit. It's very wet in here. It's really gross. And as Nim takes one step in particular, the floor gives out from under her from rotted wood. And Nim, make an let's say acrobatics or athletics, your choice, or sleight of hand to try to catch yourself.
Ooh, let's do sleight of hand. 22.
Okay, so 22. You fall, and you guys are going, and all of a sudden this crunch, and then she just grabs on. She's like, ah! And you are now dangling over what looks like a big open stone room underneath you, part of the chambers below the palace.
Gonna try and haul Nim back up.
I'm helping.
Okay, alright. Athletics roll, and you can have advantage, whoever wants to roll, because you're both helping.
I'm on it. I don't think I even need to roll that as a No, it wasn't an nat 20, but let's see what athletics. That's a 21.
21. Okay. So, you manage to heft Nim up, and when you do, you realize there's light coming from down here, and it's flickering and opalescent in color.
Huh. Does there appear to be a safe way down there?
You'd have to try to lower a rope or something. But I mean, there are doors in this hallway, so you could like tie one onto a doorknob and try to make your way down if you think the door handle can hold your weight.
Does anyone have a rope? Because I actually don't.
Do I have scarves?
Okay. So, do you tie your magic scarves around the door handle?
Well, that seems like as good an idea as anything.
Okay. So who's going down first?
Yo.
All right. Wisp. You make it down without consequence.
Yay!
And you now find yourself in this big open chamber, and this looks different from the tunnels that you've been going through. This chamber has carvings all over the walls. You see images of birds and images of people, wars, and flames. Flaming imagery is everywhere. You see also there is a single torch that is mounted on a sconce just near the only apparent exit.
So quick question about these carvings. I have a very high proficiency in history. Is any of this immediately evocative of anything I would already know?
Make a roll to see how much you know.
Damn it. 14.
14. Okay. You are familiar with tales about this group. The Queen had actually at one point asked you to go see the Order of the Jade Lotus.
Yes.
You know that before them, there was another group that was based in what is now Voirais, and specifically in Dorian. It was founded by elves, though, but it functioned in a very similar capacity.
Okay.
And, yeah. The fire on the torch, by the way, I don't know if I said this, it's like, it has that opalescent hue that your sacred fire did.
That's what I was going to ask. So you said it's near what looks like to be the only exit. Can I get a sense of what's down there? Is there another light down there, or...
There's not another light immediately within visibility.
Is the torch removable from its current position?
Yes.
I will remove it.
Okay.
And light my way.
All right. Who else is coming down the scars next?
I'll go next.
Okay,
I'll be the
Nim.
caboose.
Nim, you get down without consequence.
Thank you. Finally.
Who's
It
next?
terrifies me that we are not rolling for this, only you are.
I
Yep.
know. I don't like it.
So who's next?
I'll be the caboose.
Okay.
Okay, onward.
All right. So Masquerade makes it down without consequence, and so does Anu. I don't get to do that to anybody.
What is that, Steven?
I was gonna.
nothing.
I thought if the scars were gonna break, I'd be like, let me just fall down. You know, catch me. What?
So, you guys do in fact make your way into this chamber. All of you see the same thing, and you, as you start going down this hallway, you do see a flickering orange light now around a corner.
Okay.
Who's rounding the corner first? Okay. Wisp, you round the corner and you see a humanoid figure, masculine in frame, muscled, and but wearing tattered clothing. They seem to be accompanied by a short humanoid, probably dwarf based on the build, feminine features, stocky, and they are at the end of the hallway. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Just gonna whistle lightly.
Your whistle carries on an echo through this stone chamber. And both of them turn, and you see two familiar faces.
It's good. Good looking.
The man has his once well-kept handlebar mustache is now just part of a whole mess of scruff. And the dwarf has this dark hair and very pale skin. And Anu, you recognize Anita, the dwarf, who gave you your tattoos, and Wisp, you recognize Philippe.
Hey! Long time no see.
What you doing?
We're looking for the throne. The real throne.
So, what was up in the throne room?
Oh, that was the throne. But that's not the seat of power, the throne. That's different.
Right.
Sorry about the appearance. We had to get out of a bunch of rubble after being held prisoner by these crazy people that were hurting mage kids or something. When we went to rescue them, they weren't there, so we figured somebody must have gotten them.
Yo.
Was us.
Why am I not surprised?
Our apologies for not coming back to get you guys, but the castle was falling apart.
It was pressing circumstances.
Oh.
We didn't know how many people were still around.
No, that makes sense. No worries. But we're trying to simultaneously do this while avoiding an intruder in the castle. I don't know much about it. Philippe's being very dodgy about the whole thing.
You're talking about the vampire elf upstairs?
So you met them?
Yeah, not the most pleasant.
No. But their sire is far worse.
I'll just take your word on that. No confirmation needed. Do you know why they're here? I know why they said they're here.
Oh, can I just pause here? Because they did make a very threatening comment in regards to... Oh, was I in the room for that? Did I even hear that?
Yeah, you were in the room for that.
Okay. Did make a very threatening comment in regards to us telling their quarry to run and one of us replacing them. And maybe it's better if we don't know whether or not these people are that.
I guess. I really don't like this setup. I really don't.
Suffice it to say, they are looking for me. And that's where we're going to cut it off. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining us for our D&D session. This was so much fun. Thank you guys to my players. You are all wonderful, beautiful humans. Happy Transvisibility Day to everyone out there watching. We love everybody. So, until next time, everybody, tell your story your way. Bye.